Hello, my name is Mel and welcome to my channel See Do Feel. Today I'm going to Budapest. Bit of jazz hands. I've been there before, but last time I went I was with my sisters. We had a really great time. It was really bloody cold, but we only went for, I think it was 2 nights, 3 days, and we didn't get a chance to do everything that we wanted to do. This time I'm going on my own. I'm going for 7 nights and I have booked my flights with Ryanair, which they were super cheap flights. I think it was about £50 in total. I think one of the flights was £17. And to save even more money, because I do love traveling on a budget, I am just taking the included dimensions of the bag that Ryanair let you travel with, which is ridiculously small. We all know that. It is the tiniest of bags, but I'm determined to do it. I still got to pack. I've got to leave in like an hour's time. So hopefully it all works out. And I've got to fit all of this inside this bag. And it's actually a little bit over the dimensions already, which is annoying. So first dimension, 40 centimeters is, oh God, it's a lot over. 40 centimeters. Okay, we've got to see how we go. 20 centimeters for the width. Perfect. And 25 centimeters for the depth. So yeah, that's actually a lot over. Okay, I'm going to pack anyway and then see if I can just scrunch it down enough and see how I get on. But that is the finished bag. I reckon I can probably just about get it in. God, that's heavy. Don't think there are any weight restrictions. Hope not anyway. Okay, I'm done. I'm ready to go. Let's go to the airport. I'm currently in Sofia, Bulgaria, so first I head to the metro for the short journey to Sofia Airport, Terminal 2. I check the departure board and yay, my flight is on time. Nice one, Ryanair. There were large queues for security, but I got through smoothly. Terminal 2 is so much fancier than Terminal 1, which I normally fly in and out of, so this is quite a treat. I have never seen these swivel chairs here before. I feel like I'm the baddie in a superhero movie, planning world domination. I repack my laptop and liquids back into my bag and make another quick check that I can squish my bag down to hopefully those right dimensions. I got away with it, but be warned, if your bag doesn't fit, there is a charge of up to €60. Ouch! We board the plane and get strapped in. Although it's a Ryanair flight, it's being crewed by Buzz, and they're frightfully bright orange jackets. And we're off! The flight time from Sofia is 1.5 hours, and before we know it, we've already landed. We disembark the plane and jump onto a bus, which takes us to the terminal. It was super quick to get through the airport. Everything is clearly signposted, and it probably only took about 5 minutes to get through to the exit. Welcome to Budapest. But first I need to get some transport tickets for getting me into the centre. You can download the Budapest Go app or buy paper tickets from a machine or shop, like I decided to do. I mainly walk when exploring a destination, so I've opted for a block of 10 paper tickets costing 4,000 forint, and this should cover me for the week. Single tickets cost 450 forint, a 24-hour ticket costs 2,500, and a 72-hour ticket costs 5,500. You can also buy time tickets that allow you to use multiple transport options within the time frame on the same single ticket. Outside the terminal, you will find the bus stops for the two main public transport options to get to the centre of Budapest. They're clearly signposted and you can check when the next departure is. They're around every 10 minutes. The most popular option for tourists is the 100E Express bus, which takes 40 minutes and connects you to Calvinter or Ferenc. This special bus requires you to buy a special ticket costing 2,200 forint for one way only. No other tickets are accepted. The second option is to take the 200E bus to Kőbánya Kispet metro station and then take the Line 3 metro into the city. I prefer this option because it's cheaper and gets me closer to where I need to go. Whichever tickets you decide to buy, the most important thing to note is you must validate your ticket. Digital tickets must be scanned on the QR code or touch your phone on the NFC sticker when you enter the bus at the front. For paper tickets, push your ticket arrow first into the slot. It will make a sound and flash red once it's been validated.
Thank you.
There are different ways to validate for different modes of transport, so please make sure you ask someone if you're not sure. The fine for not having a validated ticket is 25,000 forint, or 12,000 if you pay on the spot. That's a minimum of €30 and potentially €60. It took 25 minutes to get from the airport to the metro station, and it was really interesting looking at suburban Budapest. At the metro station, I needed to validate my second ticket. The validation boxes are within the entrance to metro stations. They are not on the metro train itself, so don't forget to validate before boarding the metro. Realising the train was here, I rushed down and the girl in front of me dropped her umbrella.
Oh, you dropped something. Excuse me?
It's a shame I didn't record it, but I did manage to throw the umbrella through the closing doors and it just made it in.
Doors will open on the right.
Announcements are made in Hungarian and English. There are signs and maps, and they even list the other transport options at each stop, which is very handy. I got off at Nyugati Pályaudvar, with the metro journey taking about 20 minutes. This station is enormous, so I found a map which helpfully listed all the exits. I'm searching for exit E. Nyugati is also a major train station serving domestic and international destinations.
I've made it to Budapest. Whoop whoop. I'm just walking to the hostel now, and I just wanted to mention that when I got out of the metro, I could smell this really sweet smell, and I was like, what is that? I was like, really very strong. It was the chimney cake. So definitely we'll get one of those while I'm here, maybe even later because I'm really starving. but I do want to get to the hostel first, get rid of all this weight. Oh, I actually made it through. They didn't even test my bag, but I found a little tester and I had to kind of jam it in. It was a bit of a struggle getting it out, but I knew I could have, well, hopefully persuaded them that to allow me to take my bag, but I didn't need to, so that was brilliant. So yeah, I'm here baby, Budapest. Here I am. Okay, I'm going to start actually looking at Google Maps so that I don't get too lost. Yeah. This might be a good time to explain the name of Budapest. It originates from the combining of three cities, Buda, Óbuda and Pest. Buda is the other part of the city on the other side of the river Danube, and this is Pest, the more commercial area. If you're on a budget and trying to decide where to stay, I would suggest Pest. You'll most likely be eating on this side, and the majority of the sites and activities are located here. I wonder if it still works. I can hear a ringtone. I'm staying at a hostel located at Octagon. And here it is, Avenue Hostel. Although there is a lift, I always took the stairs, and I'll climb these stairs many, many times during my Budapest visit. So I checked into the hostel, and before I film that, I'm so hungry that I need to go and eat somewhere. So I'm just having a look around these different places. We've got Meat Lovers, or Meat Heaven, sorry. Yeah, I'm just going to look for somewhere. Lots of nice cakes and sandwiches. There are tons of restaurants in Budapest at all different price points and catering to many different diets. I love to travel on a low budget. It generally leads to authentic interactions and experiences I might not otherwise discover. But I'm so hungry right now, and I'm in danger of going into any place, regardless of cost. Luckily, I was walking down the street and I came across a name that I recognised from my previous research. Menza. It didn't look much from the outside, especially on a cold, cloudy day and with these railings blocking the pedestrian pathway. But wow, it was so beautiful inside. I hadn't booked, so I was asked to wait at the bar until a table was ready. Whilst waiting, I ordered a large home-brewed beer called Menza, named after the restaurant, and it was very good. I probably waited about 10 minutes before being shown to my table. There were several duck options on the menu, and since I hadn't tried it before and the waiter confirmed it was a Hungarian dish, I went for the roasted duck with mushroom risotto and parmesan. And wow, I was not disappointed. All of it was amazing. The duck, risotto, it was so flavourful. That is a little happy tummy dance. My tummy is feeling very happy. And I love checking out the food served on the tables around me. It all looks amazing, but I think I made a great choice. I browsed the menu again for the desserts, But no, I'm totally stuffed. I pay up and then it's back onto the streets. Thank you, bye. Stuffed. That was really good. I've never had duck before. And yes, it's very nice. The guy recommended medium. I wasn't sure medium rare, but I went with medium, I think. Although it's a little bit bloody. Really tasty. Definitely will have duck again. It's a bit more expensive than I was expecting. I think there was something to do with the bill. The service was included. I need to check that receipt later. There's a 15% service charge automatically added to the bill. I'd later find out that this was common in Budapest. So now I need to walk it off a little bit because I'm absolutely stuffed. So I'm going to head down to the Danube, the river, and see what it looks like there at night. Check out this shop window. It is so bright and beautiful. Christmas and Easter rolled into one. As I headed down to the river, I passed the Opera House. You can actually enter the foyer for free in the daytime, and apparently it's beautiful inside. Every time I passed it later on in the week, it was unfortunately closed. Next up was the Budapest Eye, or Budapest Wheel. Whilst not quite as high as the London Eye, it still offers incredible views of the city and costs 4,900 forint per adult. I have been on it before and I'm not going again this trip, but it is pretty cool. Just across from the massive wheel is a railing smothered with padlocks, all shapes and sizes, and some people have even got their names engraved on them. Look at that beast. That is a lock and a half. Now, I'm a sucker for lighting. I love all different kinds of lights, but mainly old lights, and this walkway is beckoning me to come in. Unfortunately, most of the shops were vacant. But this souvenir shop at the end had a sign that said since 1853. Since 1853. Crazy. Made it to the river, and I'm so glad that I made it because the view is beautiful. And it's so quiet down here. You can see a couple of the cruise boats, river cruise boats going along. So I'm heading back to the hostel now. Can't wait to go to sleep, to be honest. I'm really tired, but I'm going to have a look at the footage from today. It's my first ever video, so that'll be interesting. Oh, it's just starting to rain. I can just feel a little bit of rain, and I thought, oh, it's amazing because it's supposed to rain all day today, and it hadn't until now, but it is just spitting. Crossing the roads, so just checking I don't get run over. Looking forward to going to sleep. Been ages since I stayed in a hostel, so this will be an interesting one. I'm normally quite a light sleeper. When I first fall asleep, I'm really deep for like an hour, and then after that I can be woken up quite easily by noises, by light. I did see one girl that was in my 8-bed dorm earlier. She was super quiet. I said hi. She said hi too, but yeah, very quiet. So, well, we'll see. Wow! Okay, I just turned down the road and there's a load of Spanish people. I guess they're doing some kind of tour or something. And in front of me there is the most beautifully lit up church. I think it's St. Stephen's Basilica. It is beautiful, even though it must be quite small from this distance. Chimney cake, you can smell it. Another chimney cake shop on the same street, just a little bit further down. So the prices of chimney cake, I think they really vary. Like those shops, they seem to be about 2.5 to like 4,000. I can't remember how much that is now, but yeah, it seems quite expensive to me. The little kiosks, I don't know if they're probably not quite as good, but yeah, the little kiosks, I saw a sign that said 1,000, so that's much cheaper. Maybe I'll get 2 and do a comparison. Now, St. Stephen's Basilica is right here. Ego sum via veritas et vita. Not got a clue. Also, this tile work is stunning. So finally it's actually started to rain. It is now a bit more than, what is it called? Than drizzle. I can feel some big drops. So I'm going to get the umbrella out and head back to the hostel. And that was the end of day 1. In total, I spent 16,731 forint, and my favourite memory was eating that amazing duck and risotto. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please do like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget to see, do, feel.